Talk FM 108. Okay, we're going to hang in there just a minute and we're going to get on there.
From America's Heartland, this is GJRB, Clinton, Iowa.
Okay, this is the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online, and as I said before, this is a news talk program. That means that we do news talk. That's what it's all about here, okay? News talk. And we're just having a little bit of fun, and we're going to do this hour is we're going to skip the newscast right at the top of the hour. We're going to do all the news stories that we were going to do at the 4 o'clock news, and we're going to do it at freestyle mode. In other words, this is news and comment. Now, we haven't done news and comment for a while because basically, like I said before, I'm planning on dropping news and comment because we do this. The Gary Russen program has a new slogan here on GJRB, and that is the Gary Russen program is GJRB's original news talk program. So that means that we're going to go right straight into news and talk. We're going to pick the news stories, we're going to talk about them, and we're going to play the news bites that go along with it, if there's any. And we're just going to go freestyle as we do semi-freestyle. As you know, we always do this. Freestyle, as I said before, is when I just do the show and I drop the log and I just say the heck with it. So we are now off the log as of today. We're just going to play around, have a little bit of fun. I'm going to take this show and share it around all over the internet sites. And at 4:01 Central Time, 5:01 in the East, and 2:01 Pacific, the Gary Russen program goes freestyle right now. So let's get started with our top of the hour news here on GJRB Online. This is our news and comment segment of the program. We're going to go ahead and do news and comment because we do anything we want here on the Gary Russen program. I'm the program director of GJRB Online, and I make it so that everybody has fun. So let's take it on now, and let's see what we can do with this. And first, the top of the news this hour. It looks like this is very interesting news, actually. This is very interesting. As a matter of fact, I think this is, I want to find it here. This is, no, I don't want Ken Rockwell. We just heard this story. Okay, we don't want this one. Okay, we don't want this one. We want another news story. Okay, I got another one planned here. Now, where did that go? It was one I had planned, and now I lost it. Where is that story? I don't know if I redone it. I had it all set up for that newscast. Let me see. I had it on here. I'm going to go into my Facebook. When I do this, let's do a scroll through social media. That sounds even better. Better idea. So I'm going to go in here and pull up that scroll through social media. Hang on a second while I go into my database here. Pull that up. Let's see if we can get it and pull that scroll through social media right now. And we're going to start doing some late-breaking stories, talking to you, and having some fun on the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on Spreaker. We're going to spread the show about, and it's now freestyle here on in right now on GJRB Online, and we'll give you a chance to talk and have a little bit of fun on the air today on the Gary Russen program. So, like I said before, we've got some more stuff to do, so let's get started on our show today here on GJRB Online. Let's see, where is that? Scroll through social media. Here it is. All right, here we go. Now let's do it.
Now let's scroll through social media.
And that means when we do that, we go into Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, Pinterest, and all those sites, and pull up stories for you, late breaking, and also include some posts from friends across the internet. So let's get started on that. and go through the page and see what news stories have developed in the past hour that are late breaking. Okay, let's see. We go down the line here, and had that little wheel, that scrolls down the site. You kind of turn that wheel. That wheel doesn't work anymore, so I have to do the arrows up and down. I just have to do that now. Apparently, it just doesn't work anymore. That wheel just failed me. So I'm going to see here. I want to go further up the page here, find some interesting news stories that we're covering here. Okay, I like that 65 Chevy. That's cool. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's see. We're looking for some interesting news stories here. Okay, we got a lot of things from the conservative voters of America. Some Trump supporters want him to lay off the press and stop tweeting, "How about you?" Okay, a lot of people on that one. Quite frankly, pick on him. I don't know, I'm just getting kind of sick and tired of this trash, okay? But when you really think about it, wow. Because Trump lays into the press, which I think he has a right to do. Because, like I've said before, CNN, as far as I'm concerned, is the communist news network. You might like CNN, but I don't. I don't like CNN. Used to, but I just don't anymore. It's just all, like you said, false news. Like I said, I have my news sources. Have Fox, have CNN, have Fox, have True News, which is the other news. That's the name of our newscast. I have True News. What's the name? In Time Headlines, which I play quite a bit here. Promote that a lot. In Time Headlines, one of my main news ones. In Time Headlines, I do a lot of that. In Time Headlines, CBN, Christian Broadcasting Network. I have another Christian news source. So I'm giving you news of a Christian perspective. So technically, yeah, we're True News, but we're news that just is the development of what other networks like CNN or ABC, NBC, CBS really doesn't cover. At one point or another, they just don't cover it. They don't care to. They just don't. They just don't want to cover the news that way. They just don't want to. So what they do is they decide, well, we're going to, cover. We'll just tell you the news the way we see it, or something like that. I don't know. I think it's kind of ridiculous I mean, really.
Good morning.
Let's see, I'll bring that down there. Because I don't know. I really think that the news is not covered the way I feel, the way we feel. Are we really being informed correctly? When you tune in the news in the evening, are you getting the truth? I've said this before dozens of times. I mean, when you tune in the news, and that is exactly what Trump is getting at. When the news is not being reported the way it's supposed to be reported. That's why I agree with Trump. All they do on CBN, not CBN, but what am I talking about? CNN. I mean, are they really reporting the truth, or are they just is this biased news that they just like to do? Okay, which I think it is. I think it's just, biased news that, they want to do. They want to do what they feel is their news, biased news. It's what they do. And that is why I've turned mostly to get my news from CBN, listening to Pat Robertson, or listening to AFR, which is American Family Radio, which is something I listen to quite a bit. There's this true news. I get a lot of so I have sources that are giving you the real news, not just this fabricated stuff, not the news that they are giving you that it's according to them. It's the news that it's supposed to be reported, the news that we're not getting from other sources. Well, I mean, where are we getting it from? Are we getting it from the right source? Are we getting news from the correct news source? So I don't know. I agree with Trump. Okay, I do. I sincerely do. Let's see what's going on. Let's get back into the social media here. Biggest news going around the block right now is David Cassidy. David Cassidy is suffering from dementia, and very, very battle with it. 70s teen idol David Cassidy, the Partridge Family, is revealing he's battling dementia. He's now 66 years old, folks. He still performs, but he opened up to people on Monday about his struggles with memory loss. He said, first of all, he was in denial as part of always knew that it was coming. Cassidy told the magazine that his grandfather and mother were in battle with this disease. He revealed it was a revelation which comes just after difficulty performing at a weekend in Aurora Hills, California, where Cassidy was struggling to remembering words to some of the songs he had been singing for well over 50 years. And these, I think, are including songs that he sung with the Partridge Family. This is sad, folks. Because of his memory loss, Cassidy says he's going to stop touring in order to focus on his health and happiness. He stated, quote, I want to focus on what I am and who I am and who I've been without any distractions. And I want to love and enjoy life. During the 1970s, Cassidy was the ultimate teen idol, performing frequently and charted songs. He has been on Billboard. He's not a stranger to Billboard Hot 100. He adorned the covers of magazines and sold out concerts, and of course being the star of the Partridge Family for a few years on ABC. Cassidy's personal life had been garnered by more attention than recently. He had 3 DUIs in 2010, in 2013, and 2014. And the third offense being kind of brought upon a divorce and a stint in rehab. So he's having a sad time. David Cassidy is. He's having a sad time. He's dealing with this. What a shame. He was a fabulous entertainer. And, I mean, with being with the Partridge Family all those years and doing all that stuff, he was incredible in his time. I mean, he really he put out a lot of records, some like How Can I Be Sure? A lot of stuff he did with the Partridge Family, like I Think I Love You, and I mean, he's entertained a long time. Maybe he just retire, you know. I mean, look at the years that he's been recording and performing. A lot of years, and I guess that can take a toll on you when you're in the public eye, like he is. So I hope that he gets straightened out a little bit, but maybe perhaps it's time. Maybe he had to start thinking about maybe just packing it up and saying that's it, because you know he's performed that long a time. So what do you think about that? Give me a call now. Area code 563-613-4260, and you can be a part of the show here on GJRB. Just get in on the act here and be on the Gary Russen program here on GJRB. It's all real easy. Area code 563-613-4260. And if you have you just want to get on the Spreaker public site through all our sites, you can just go into our chat room, click in that balloon icon on the GJRB Spreaker public site, and join the program. I'll dump a lot of news stories just to talk to you on the air, because all we do is scroll through social media. Right now, this is a news talk program. That means I just find stories on the public sites and I read them all on the air. And coming up next hour, we're going to go into some of my public sites. As you know, I always start some kind of conversation before show, and I will read those responses on the air, and I got a couple. We're talking about Muslims again, and I'm going to be talking about that next half hour. Of course, hey, did you hear about this? What was that? The Oscars getting canceled because Trump is president? Oh, if we cancel the Oscars due to a Democrat coming in office, we would really get a lot of snag from the left. Well, Hollywood scumbags might cancel the Oscars, but to protest Trump. But there's the ultimate news flash, and it looks like that link is blocked. I wonder why. Ooh, link is blocked. Went in there and it's blocked. Can't read it. Somebody don't want that printed. Ooh, it's blocked. Okay, we're going to go down and let's go down and see if there's something else here. Okay, all right. Okay, end time headlines. There's a story here I want to read. Yeah, more false prophets are coming out declaring world will end in 2017. Oh, here we go again. Yep, here we go again. Yeah, I know. Here we go again with more of this bull. Well, you're going to have this. This comes out of End Time Headlines, folks. Another story about the same thing we've been saying a long time ago. Here we go again. Fundamentalist Christians' websites are citing evidence from the Bible to say that the end of the world is nigh. The website Signs of End Times draws the evidence of recent natural disasters to conclude that the world will be destroyed in 2017. A site points to various signs that indicate the imminent second coming of Christ, and that includes natural disasters, earthquakes, violence. Well, we got that now. We got that now. The immorality, the sexual, the violence. Never before seen, not even in the 60s. Of course, the 60s had their share. But that's according to a story from the End Time Headlines. And more of these false prophets are pulling out, okay, saying that the world will end in this year. We've heard this before, haven't we? Several times. The article goes on to say that never before in our generation, have these signs, never before, in other words, never before in our time has these events been evident in so many diverse places in such frequent intensity. In our generation, the first generation fulfilled biblical signs without doubt. Okay, and it's telling me there's an alert on this story. Okay, what is this? Passwords? Okay.
Critical alert from Microsoft.
Okay. I hope that story and others wasn't part of that. I'm going to jump down the line a little bit, see what else is going on. Oh boy. Let's take a look. Let's see. Oh, is that a Jesus statue? Oh boy. This is an interesting story. Where's that? I could put a picture down here. Let's drop that. Right here. Jesus statue in Indiana, decapitated twice in 2 weeks. For the second 2 weeks, members of a church in the south side of Indianapolis found their Jesus statue decapitated. You have to wonder if that was like radical Islam there. Probably. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. And they're watching Republican Representative Marsha Blackburn. That's from CNN. They're doing a live thing there. Okay, Pluto. What about Pluto? Okay, hover bike Scorpion 3 trailer. Timeless EPs talk Rittenhouse. Oh yeah, okay, that's a Rittenhouse. Yeah, anybody follow that program? I've been watching that show. I've been watching this show. I know what you're talking. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Timeless. That show's been getting confusing. I mean, I watch it, but it's really, really downright confusing anymore. Since I have to watch it from the very beginning because I got lost somewhere. I did. That Milo, can't even pronounce his name, Yevopoulos, Breitbart News, from Breitbart News after uproar over comments of pedophilia. From Breitbart. Okay. Over the next 7 days, expect a major increase in your life. Okay, that's an interesting one. I'm going to go down to another site. I'll be visiting Twitter here pretty soon. You're listening to the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online, on Spreaker, across America and around the world. Wherever you're listening, I hope you're enjoying the program. We've got a lot coming up. We're doing the news program. As you know, the Gary Russen program is GJRB's original news program. Yeah. Original news program here on GJRB. I'm glad you could join me today, and happy you could be part of the program. The Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on Spreaker today. We're going to be off the air for a little bit after this show is over. We're not going to be broadcasting again until next Saturday, when we'll be on the air on the 4th. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I was originally anticipating a preseason Cubs game locally, but the 670 The Score, which is the flagship station of the Chicago Cubs, is not carrying that baseball game. So with that in mind, I'm going to go back to the original time scheduled for the for sports page, which was going to be Saturday, March 4th, 3 o'clock Central, right here on GJRB Online on Spreaker. So I hope you'll tune in for that broadcast. The Gary Russen program, live on Spreaker. Again, I'm not sure when we're going to do the next show. At this point, I'm kind of iffy as to what I'm going to be planning for the rest of March. March 4th is is sports page. The following weekend, I'm going to be doing jazz. And on the 11th, which is the evening, we're going to do a best of jazz. And I'll be featuring the music of recently passing jazz artist Al Jarreau. The late Al Jarreau. We're going to do a little bit of his music. I got a lot of good stuff on him. And we're going to talk about him. So we're going to play some Al Jarreau on our Best of Jazz. That's Saturday, the 11th March, right here on GJRB Online. And let's see what we could do with the 15th, or let's see, 17th of March. because I'm looking in February, but March has the same lineup of days. March 17th, which is St. Patty's Day. Don't know if we'll do that or not. But I'm looking at in and around... well, we could do another Gary Russen program on March 7th. Let's see how that works out. We'll try another Gary Russen program. So I'm posting another Gary Russen program for March 7th. March 7th, and we'll do that on GJRB Online March 7th. Okay? So just to be aware of that, we're going to do another show March 7th right here on GJRB Online. We didn't get into weather on the 5s this time around, but we'll do another weather on the 5s coming up in about a half hour. It's the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on Spreaker. Glad you could be with me today, and stay with me. I got more coming up your way next on GJRB.
The best of jazz, up-and-coming jazz, and smooth afternoon.
If you can't get enough of jazz and you live in the Quad Cities area, tune in to KALA, St. Ambrose University in Davenport, Iowa, at 88.5 on the FM dial. Along with some of that great smooth jazz, you'll hear a lot of great jazz programming.
And programming in other great music formats.
Like blues, urban, including rap. Also classic R&B and Motown with David Baker on Rewind, Friday nights at 6 p.m. Central. In addition, you get programming in Spanish and some great gospel programming too. For more information on that great programming you'll hear, check out their schedule at www.sau.edu/KALA. Even if you don't live in the Quad Cities area, you can enjoy KALA anywhere in the world with their internet stream. Connect with KALA, listen, and enjoy.
Whether it's baseball, basketball, hockey, even bowling, it's covered on Gary J's sports page. I'll talk about what's going on in the world of sports all over the USA. We'll read you interesting articles about the players and even keep up with the scores of the games going on live. I'll even have guests from time to time and just talk sports. Better than any newspaper page, it comes alive. Gary J's sports page, alternating Saturdays at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB Online. The mainstream media is not telling you the truth. They have their own agenda. At GJRB, I have mine, telling you what's really going on with sources like End Time Headlines, InfoWars, Coast to Coast AM, and most importantly, CBN News, keeping you on top of what's happening at the top and bottom of each hour during the Gary Russen program. I'll give you the news and analysis of what I think with Gary J's News and Comment. Get the real news, true news, news that's not in the mainstream on GJRB.
GJRB Online. Still the What's Happening sound.
The mainstream media is not telling you the truth. They have their own agenda. At GJRB, I have mine, telling you what's really going on with sources like End Time Headlines, InfoWars, Coast to Coast AM, and most importantly, CBN News, keeping you on top of what's happening at the top and bottom of each hour during the Gary Russen program. I'll give you the news and analysis of what I think with Gary J's News and Comment. Get the real news, true news, news that's not in the mainstream on GJRB. It was the year World War II ended, and the troops came home, and the music was fabulous, with big hits from Perry Como, Judy Garland, and the Andrews Sisters. The year was 1945. Listen to the year in music on the next Swing Time. I'm Gary Russen, and I'll be featuring the biggest hits from that year, along with trivial information about the prices of items such as groceries, the news events, the culture of 1945 on the next Swing Time. After 1 year, the wait is over. Now join Pastor Ron Johnston and a panel of men and women to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy. In this world of chaos and upheaval, this is the program that puts it all into perspective. How will we survive? God only knows. So trust Him and listen to the last 7 days.
Uploaded as a podcast or live
Every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central on GJRB Online.
It's that time of year once again, spring, a time when the weather gets warm and the flowers bloom, and GJRB is starting new programs and bringing back older ones that haven't been on for a while. It's the GJRB Spring Spectacular. All new programs and old ones returning, like Radioland, Gary J's Radio and Television Classics under a new name, radio, television, and movie classics, featuring not just radio and television broadcast rarities, but also intermissions from drive-in movie theaters and indoor theaters too, old movie trailers, and movie trivia. The Spring Spectacular will also mean the return of the blues with Gary J's Blues House and country bluegrass with Bluegrass Jubilee. New additions to the Gary Russen program, including The Man on the Street, as I take my voice recorder to the streets of Clinton and ask people their opinions on what's going on in the news and lighter fun stuff. GJRB Spring Spectacular starts in April on GJRB. Now, a memorable moment from a past Gary Russen program. I don't know. Let me see. I cannot find it. Here it is. Here we go. Scotty Moore. The legendary guitarist for Elvis Presley. He's a guitarist for Elvis Presley from 1954. He played classics, classics like That's All Right, Good Rockin' Tonight, Milk Cow Blues, Baby Let's Play House, Heartbreak Hotel, Mystery Train, Blue Suede Shoes, all those. Hound Dog, Too Much, Jailhouse Rock. He played them all. Scotty Moore. He was in 4 Elvis Presley movies, including Jailhouse Rock, King Creole, and G.I. Blues. He also played in 1960. He took a job in the production manager for Sam Phillips on Sun Records. And continued to work with Elvis on songs like Good Luck Charm and Devil in Disguise and the Bossa Nova Baby. And then later on, he was fired at Sun Records. Yep, Phillips fired him in 1964, but he continued recording with Elvis with a guitar that changed the world. And also reunited Elvis in the 1968 television special. He was part of that. He was part of the 1968 television special, which was the Elvis Presley comeback special. I remember that. That was my early years when I wanted to be a DJ. Since I was DJs on TV, and I thought it was a great job to do that. Yeah, it was, I remember this really well. As a matter of fact, Scotty Moore, well, that's a shame. Anyway, Scotty Moore played his last show in 2007 at the Peabody Hotel in Memphis. Scotty Moore died at the age of 84 in Tennessee. So we bid farewell to another great talented man in the nation. It's a shame. Scotty Moore died. I don't know. It's a shame. Died. I don't know. It's a shame. And that's a nice, great memory from the Gary Russen program from way back when. As we get back into the Gary Russen program here on GJRB Online, on Spreaker, across America and around the world, we're going to do now, it's 4:34. From now on until about 5:30, we're going to do non-stop talk. So I'm going to start sharing all across the internet, see if anybody wanted to be part of the show. And we're going to do non-stop talk right now on GJRB Online, here on GJRB. Okay, So we're going to do that. Area code 563-613-4260. And you can be part of the program and get on the air. We're gonna spread this all over the internet. We're gonna do that in the next half hour. About maybe 10 minutes, a little under 9. We'll do it, and we'll spread this all over. We're gonna do Pinterest and all that good stuff, and we're just gonna lighten the load now a little bit. And we're going to go freestyle for the rest of the show here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker across America and around the world. And I write a program log, but like I said before, that program log gets used again and again because I'm broadcasting on here and on a 9-foot signal, and a lot of times I usually do the same log about 4 or 5 times until I get it all the way through with no incident. In other words, everything goes off. Everything goes off without a hitch. In other words, that's what I do. Everything goes off without a hitch. And give you a chance to get in on the program. So I hope you'll stay with me today. Non-stop talk throughout the Gary Russen program, and we're just going to go off the program log, and we're just going to have some fun and do the Gary Russen program. And we're way overdue for Weather on the 5, so what we're going to do is I'm going to duplicate some of this, and we're going to do some Weather on the 5s here in the next 10 minutes, and we're going to do Sports Page sometime after 5 o'clock. Okay, and we're not going to do any news. No more newscast. No more top of the hour news. We're going to forfeit the 5 o'clock news because we've already heard it. And this again is GJRB Online, and this is this is the original GJRB's original news talk program, the Gary Russen program, here on GJRB Online. So that means that we're going to do news, but we're also going to talk about anything that comes to your mind. We do straight news. We go in through the Facebook, and we do scroll through social media, and we talk about the program. So let's see if we can get some responses from some of the postings that we've already done here, and we're going to go down the line a little bit, and we're going to talk about some things here coming up. Let's see. I want to go down here a little bit. I don't know where I found that one posting. Okay. It was a link I did. The original posting came just the other day, February 18th, which was about 2 days ago, or 3 days ago actually. And posting, I'm walking my Mexican dog, I'm violating Sharia law, really violating it, it feels good. Sharia law doesn't belong in this country, so I don't have to obey it. Posting, a lot of people liked it. Sean McGroder, my friend Raymond Leach, and 4 others liked this posting, including Jennifer Hefter and Elmer Davis and a guy named Jim Morgan all liked the posting. And a lot of people posting this reply on this. Thank you, Gary, for posting this article. I would definitely have ticked them off, volunteered at Animal Friends, and walked countless numbers of dogs daily. That's from my friend Mary Bukowski. My friend Stephen Mucha. I hope he's listening this afternoon. We have a lot of people. We haven't done a shout out in a long time, have we? We have to do one of those. Let's see. Stephen put, Muslims hate dogs. Main reason? I don't like Muslims. They kill dogs on sight and where they're from, and also doesn't like Jesus or women, anything about America. So why do they come here? Okay, why? Yeah, that was the question. Why do they come here? And I said to force their crap down our throats and tried to turn this country into another Muslim nation when they have their own. I additionally said I would get great delight out of burning the Quran because it's garbage. Allah is a false god. And then Stephen Mucha said, exactly, Gary. Plus, easier to kill us than when we're not so far away. Trojan horse, you know. And I said, yeah, really. I like to witness Christ to them. That would really tick them off. Jesus is Lord, died on the cross. Allah didn't save us from our sins. And he goes, well, yeah, Muhammad was a false prophet, in my opinion. And the Quran contradicts itself many, many a times. He goes on to say, this is Stephen Mucha, it wasn't Muhammad who wouldn't go to the mountain, so God brought the mountain to him, to Muhammad? And if so, that proves that Muhammad didn't listen, so why would anyone else listen to him? And then I had some friend of mine in Pittsburgh interjected on some of this commentary. Let's see. A lot of people posted down the line. We had a lot of them. I mean, there was people who were really, really getting on this. Yeah, okay, so there are folks that leave their native country and move here. This is Randall Ritter, okay, yeah, okay. Well, we skipped a couple of years. I believe so. And as Stephen Mucha said, also a point is that they're foreigners who just arrived and are trying to tell us who have lived here for generations how to live. And when Americans move to a foreign country, do they try to change their lives and to suit them? No, we don't even come. So don't come to my country and try to run my life either. Adopt our laws, customs, and traditions, or go to hell back where you came from, and from somewhere else. You kind of laid it on down the line here. The one I thought was I wanted to go down to is John Karasik. He's a friend of mine who's from a former neighbor of mine from back home. And he kind of posted an interesting thing on here, which kind of made me think differently about the Muslims, actually. And that is that he went on to go on with mentioning Gary, Stephen, and Mary. Do any of your Muslim friends actually say or do anything like this? What has your experience been with their friends, with your friends, and how do they treat their pets? One posted, Lady Liberty News, might as well read the National Enquirer. And then Mary Bukowski and John Karasik. I don't know, I guess he said, my Muslim friends treat all their pets fine. Well, some of them send their dogs to doggy spas. Sometimes they get paw nails polished, blah, blah, blah. Not match your collars. In Ambridge, though, hometown, and across the United States, dogs are getting beaten and neglected. I went on to say, the one point that I thought was really, really good is I stated I have no Muslim friends. I don't know any here in Clinton, Iowa. All I see is what's in the news and how they treat animals and people and Christians and whatever here in America. They forced their religion on all of us. Some of those Muslims have terrorist tendencies towards America, and more than likely had countries banned. More than likely, countries banned from, more like, sometimes I forget what I said there. Tendencies towards America, and more than likely from these countries banned, not by Trump, but by Obama. Yeah, I was thinking the point that they were talking about that in the news regarding the banning of Muslims coming into this country. I remember hearing this, that that ban originated from Obama. He started that. Okay, he started that ban long before Trump got in office, and that ban was instated a long time ago, and they're blaming Trump. They get all mad from Trump when this ban started with Obama. This whole ban started with Obama, not Trump, to keep terrorists out of this country. Basically. But John Karasik said, he posted, and I have a lot of replies from that. John stated, real good posting, that he said, thank you, Gary, thanks, Gary, for sharing that you don't know any Muslims yourself. Stuff that we do not know about can sometimes even frighten